So, hello, beautiful Starlight Tribe, and welcome to Magic Month of August. Firstly, for those of you listening live, I'd be really, really grateful if you could let me know that you can hear and that the technology is working correctly, so that you can see and hear by using the chat box to say hello. Let me know that you can hear and see. That's great. Hi, Iris. I'm glad you can make it live and that you can hear and see. And of course, I'd like to say to everybody listening live that I really love my webinars to be co-creative. So please do use the chat box to share your own guidance, your own wisdom, to ask questions, to co-create this webinar with me. For those of you that do not know me, I'm Katie. Sorry, forgot. I've got to use my higher self name for work. I'm Karila. And I have a company called Starlight, which does all sorts of spiritual webinars, courses, travel that are about becoming more empowered, living more of your path, living more of your truth. And I'll talk about Magic Month in just a minute. Very, very sorry about my voice. It's totally self-inflicted. It was Gay Pride yesterday in Brighton, where I live, and I did a lot of talking over very loud speakers and dancing and singing and staying up very late, and I woke up without much of a voice. And so I'm also sorry about the background, but I've come into the room that is quietest because I didn't want to play music when my voice is probably hard to hear anyway. And so excuse me for the post-Pride hoarseness. But I'm not sick. I literally just shouldn't have been speaking and singing and staying up so late all day and into the early hours of the morning, but it was lots of fun. And so for those of you that don't know Magic Month, it is a energy forecast show that gives you an overview of the month ahead, from an astrological point of view, from an energy point of view, from a channeling point of view, so that you can know a bit about what's going on in the skies, what's going on energetically, and align into that and use the forecast to find the good times to manifest, to find the good times to heal, to basically align your life with the stars and the earth and the seasons and the energy and the channeled wisdom that comes through this show. And so most of this show is a forecast. We will be doing a couple of meditations as well, and giving some guidance and sharing insights together. But the main part of the show is about the forecast, and August is a really, really, really exciting month. Like, I wish I could express that with my voice, because it is just a golden month. It's a beautiful, amazing month full of opportunity and expansion and ascension and wonderful things. Hello everybody. It's so nice to see faces that I know, names that I know, and new names. And so welcome everybody. It's lovely to have you all here. So let's begin with a meditation, and then we will go into the forecast. So when you're ready, closing your eyes and feeling the muscles around your eyes relaxing. As you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude, Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Taking a moment to notice the commitment that the body makes to the in-breath, to receiving, and the commitment that the body makes to the out-breath, to surrendering, to releasing. And taking a moment to honor the spaces between the in and the out breath. Becoming aware of the spaciousness of the self. Understanding that inner space allows for consciousness, for awareness, for discernment, that in this moment you do not need to be in reactivity. Instead, you can be in responsivity. As you feel a column of golden light pouring down into your energy field, instantly raising your vibration and traveling down through you into the heart of Mother Earth, bouncing off the heart of Mother Earth and traveling back up into the heart of Source. So that you are held in a two-way flow of love and light. And from that spaciousness inside yourself, hold the intention to expand in all directions, feeling your aura stretching out in all directions and being sealed from top to bottom in white and golden light, so that only love and light can enter into your energy. And a foot away from the edge of your aura, you feel the violet gold and aquamarine flames wrapping around your aura, so that any energy released from any direction can be instantly transmuted into love and light. And as your body breathes out, you experience all that is not of service to you, releasing into those sacred source fires. As you open your heart to Mother Earth, allowing her to hold the weight of your physical body as your grounding cord goes down through all the different layers of the earth into the iron core crystal at the center of the earth. And you feel your blood, the iron in your blood vibrating, with the iron at the heart of the earth. As the Great Mother guides you into oneness. And just as you have a grounding cord, you have an ethereal cord that moves up from the center of your belly up into the heart of the universe. And just as the iron in your blood vibrates with the iron at the heart of the earth, so the light in your aura, in your cells, the light that dances in your eyes shimmers. With the vibrations at the heart of the universe. And taking a moment to open up from this place of space. In wonder at how Source and the earth meet within you. how matter and spirit vibrate as one within you. And allowing yourself to expand into this experience. Feeling the light of the sun shining either through the moon or through the sky, depending on where you are in the world. Lighting up your body. And the light of the Sirius sun, the brightest star in our sky, lighting up your light body. Lighting up your energy, your unique charisma. And drinking this sunlight in. As you feel the male, female and unity parts of your heart uniting. Beating with the earth. Beating with source. Beating with the sun, with the Syrian sun. With all hearts on earth and all hearts in spirit. As you drop in to the sensation of belonging, sensing the excitement and celebration that is held within the hearts of all at this sacred time, in this sacred ascension month of August. As you open your hearts to each other, feeling the medicine of human heart love flowing to, through and from you. Feeling intimate connection with the tribe that you are sharing this webinar with. And trusting that you are in the perfect place for you in this moment. Opening your heart and asking, why am I here? Why am I listening to Magic Month tonight? And noticing what answer comes in thoughts, in words, in feeling, in picture. As you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude, and when you are ready, opening your eyes and coming into the room. And so I would like to hear from any of you about why you're here. The word I got was igniting. And thank you, Emily, for saying that my voice sounds clear. It's actually quite amazing. When the channeling started, it seemed to get a bit better. Such a sign about how much energy makes a difference. And relax and rejoice. Beautiful, Helen. That's wonderful. And thank you for saying as well, Emily, about me having fun yesterday. I did have a lot of fun. Gay Pride is always a lot of fun. And yeah, my first tribe really was the queer community, so it's important for me to honour it. And inspiration, Carmen, wonderful. I'm really community, beautiful, Zafira. I'm really liking these words. They feel very Augusty. They feel very like what I'm feeling and tuning into for August. And so we are going to go. Interesting about the rage of the vision of fire, Claire. That's so relevant to August. Like, there's so much fire energy in August. So many 5 planets are in fire signs. Leo, which is what August and the Lion's Gateway and all of this stuff is about fire. And so, and the raging with fire thing, I will come on to, but there's so much fire theme this August. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Fire is about transformation. It's about activation. It's about change. And sometimes we need to rage and ignite with it, and blaze with it. And it doesn't have to be rage in terms of anger. Oh, interesting that you're here, because there's something you need to hear, June. How interesting. An inauguration. Amazing, Karima. Wow, you're all full of inspiration tonight. I like it. And so, to give you an overall view of August, it's much brighter and lighter than July was. Yes, I agree, Emily. It's acceleration. It's very much about living your path. It's very much about taking action. It's very much about embodiment and fresh inspiration. It's a very, very golden month. Oh, you should be able to see other people's comments, Larissa. Can anybody else see other people's comments? I'll come on to what the end of August is in the forecast as we go into it. And so I'm loving all this fire from you lot. It's great. And so it's also the harvest month. A lot of the ancient cultures celebrated their harvest. In the European pagan calendars, it's the start of the harvest. There's lots and lots of harvest themes every August. And as I was tuning into that, one of the things that my guide said is, if you think about the harvest, it is kind of what counts in a way. It's the actions that count. It's like what you harvest in harvest season is what's going to make your winter and your spring, and how you harvest is really important. And there is really an action energy to harvesting. And so action's coming up again. August is also in numerology the 8th month. And that's where the embodiment comes in, because it represents the infinite. The 8 represents the infinite, the movement between the soul and the body, between spirit and matter, between human and being, between embodying your soul. And so it really is, even in its essence, August is a month for action and embodiment. And this August just happens to astrologically be particularly fiery and particularly exciting and particularly special because of the astrological alignment, which we'll go into now. Great that lots of you can see the comments. I think, Larissa, if you can't see them, it might be because you're listening on your phone. You'll have to listen on a computer if you want to see them. And so some of you may have had, I'm going to start with something that's actually past, just because it helps us understand this August in particular. Some of you, and I know the people that were doing my courses certainly had it, they really felt the yin energy that happens in July, and this happens every July. We kind of go into a deep feminine state, and by the end of it, we can go very, very, very yin, where we're just like almost uninspired. We're like, I know my groups on the 2 courses I was running, there were so many people saying like, I just don't know if I'm ever going to be inspired. I'm just feeling really present and flowy and totally relaxed about things, but in a really deep way. And that is the space, that yin energy is the space that happens in order for the harvest energy and the action energies to come in. And then what happened on the first of the month, which was Lammas, which is in the pagan calendar, the festival of the first harvest, is the new lunar cycle began. So the start of the moon's new year cycle began, which is the feminine cycle really beginning, the lunar cycle beginning. And Mercury was retrograde, and it also went direct. So what the first of the month was kind of about was like action. And for all of those 3 things to have aligned on the same day, it is like, right, August is all about igniting, it's all about starting, it's all about harvesting, it's all about direct action and becoming that which we have been seeding, that which we have been working on. You know, our harvest in terms of energy and self-work is the healing starting to show up in our thoughts, words, and actions. That is how we harvest our healing journey. And the first part of the year is a huge amount of healing collectively. And then there's 2 most important dates in August. One of the most significant dates of the year, every single year, is the Lion's Gateway. The Lion's Gateway is actually a portal. So it's a period of time that starts on the 26th of July and goes on until the 12th of August. It's an astrological rebirth. And so one of the things my guys were saying when I was tuning into Magic Month is the feminine side. Everything is always ladies first, because we're womb first. We're born through the womb. So the feminine cycle begins, and then the next month, the spiritual cycle begins. And the Lion's Gateway is the rebirth of our Akashic cycle, of our spiritual cycle, of just as last month was the rebirth of our feminine cycle, this is like the rebirth of our path, our spirituality, our energy bodies, our Akashic cycle. And it happens in the Lion's Gateway, but the climax of the Lion's Gateway is on the 8th, when you get that double figure of 8 symbol. So it's 8-8. And the Lion's Gateway is like the spiritual New Year's Eve in a lot of ancient cultures, the Lion's Gateway was their New Year. The pyramids in Egypt are built in alignment for the Lion's Gateway. What the Lion's Gateway actually is in terms of the sky is Sirius, which our ancient cult is. Sirius is the brightest star that we can see in the sky. A lot of ancient cultures saw it as the gateway or the portal to the heavens. And when the sun is in Cancer, you can't see Sirius. And so the sun moves into Leo, and you start to be able to see Sirius rising in the sky again. And Sirius gets higher and higher in the sky, and the Lion's Gateway is like the pinnacle of it. And that also used to time with the flooding of the Nile, which obviously to the ancient Egyptians represented abundance and rebirth and all of these things. And so the Sirius Gateway is an amazingly ancient ceremonial opportunity to connect across time, to ascend. Is probably one of the most powerful ascension days there is every year. Like Starlight does fire ceremonies all summer, and our Lion's Gateway ceremony is always the most cosmic of all of them. There's always the most ascension-y things happening and spiraling with the cosmos, and it's always the most multi-dimensional and powerful. I mean, every ceremony is powerful, but it's the most spiritual, if that makes sense, like the most cosmic. And that's because what happens during the Lion's Gateway, and especially, I would say, in my experience, like the most powerful time of it is from tonight, is from the 4th up until the 12th, with the 8th being the kind of pinnacle day. You receive upgrades. It's like the portals in the skies have opened. Sirius is like it transmits into our consciousness, into our DNA, through this portal, new Akashic information, new tantric codes, DNA upgrades. Like, it's an opportunity to spiritually rebirth, which is very different from feminine rebirth. It's like activating and electrifying and receiving. And so that's what the Lion's Gateway is about. It's about, on an energetic level, rewiring your energy body for the new Akashic cycle, for the new path cycle. It's about connecting to your path. Because it happens in Leo, it's about connecting to your sovereignty and your charisma and the parts of you that are ready to roar and shine and dream into the world. And so it's a very, very high vibrational, exciting time, the Lion's Gateway. It's a time to be connecting to potential, to miracles, to be calling in things that are beyond your limitations, because literally, energetically, we are being flooded with new potential. We are being flooded with the dreams of the cosmos, the seeds of the cosmos, the new potential. And if we connect to the energy of it, then we are able to have accelerated ascension. We are able to, if we work with it, we are able to upgrade in this time. Like, I guess it's like the opportunity to go from one level of a computer game to another. You know, that's what the portal is. That's what the Lion's Gateway is about, like moving up a gear. And this Lion's Gateway is particularly special because there is an alignment of Jupiter and Venus also happening. And so Venus is the planet of love, and Jupiter is really the planet of path, expansion and abundance. And actually, when I was tuning into Magic Month, and asking about this alignment from my guides, they were like, when love and abundance combine, that's your path, that's your destiny. And so this particular Lion's Gateway is really such a potent time to manifest, to be in ceremony, to call in the path, to call in that which is love and abundance as one, that which is living your fulfillment. The Lion's Gateway is also very, very, very much connected to freedom every year. And so what we want to use it for, and like I said, it is quite a cosmic thing energetically, but what you want to use all of that cosmic energy for, that rewiring and activating and codes, is to call in more freedom of self, more ascension. One of a really powerful thing to call in that my guides are going to be doing some channeling about is fierce forgiveness. Fierce forgiveness, the word fierce means wild. It's that rage energy you guys are tuning into. It means, its direct translation actually means wild beast, and beast means breath. And so fierce forgiveness is like unconditional forgiveness, like forgiveness that grows within us and natures us. And so that is one of the energies that you come out with. I'm going to be doing a channeling about that, that I will post. We have a free group on Facebook. You can click join the group and it will open up in another tab, so you won't lose this webinar. And then you can join the Facebook group. It's called Life Alchemy with Starlight and Soul Journeys. And I will post that forgiveness channeling on there. It's a really powerful energy to be healing with. And actually the Lion's Gateway is a really amazing time to do your big wound work and bring it into completion. So if there's anything that you've been working on maybe for a lot of years that you actually feel really truly ready to let go of, or if there's family stuff that's coming up that feels like it's finally ready to complete, Lion's Gateway is a really good time to revisit wounds that feel healed but maybe not quite completed. And fierce forgiveness is often the final completion of that. It's also an amazing time to manifest. And ideally on the 8th, if you can be in ceremony, I recommend it. When we're in ceremony on these important days, we're in greater oneness, the healing goes deeper. Ceremony is our human collective role on the planet. And at these times, when the cosmos is aligned, the way we can be most aligned and most receptive and reach the greatest potential of what is available is through ceremony and through being in oneness and circle and tribe. For those of you that live in Brighton, we do have space left on our Lion's Gateway fire ceremony if you want to come. I'm sure you will be able to find ceremony. Lots of people do stuff for the Lion's Gateway if you're not in Brighton. And then just before the Lion's Gateway ends, so what kind of brings us out of the Lion's Gateway is Jupiter goes direct. And Jupiter is, like I said, the planet of path, of abundance, expansion. While Jupiter's been in retrograde, we've been doing a lot of that yinning with our path, a lot of giving it space and healing and listening, and maybe the flow of abundance hasn't felt so good. It's been more in the cycle of not so much abundance. Maybe we've felt less extroverted in how we're walking our path, in how we're expressing ourselves. Once Jupiter goes direct, everything becomes easier. Your visibility becomes easier. You're being able to express and be extroverted and outward in your path becomes easier. Abundance flows, inspiration flows. And so literally it's like the final part of Jupiter retrograde is receiving all of these downloads and Akashic information and in the Lion's Gateway, and then Jupiter's going to go direct, and it's like even more of that action energy in August is going to happen and be felt and flow. And beautifully, on exactly the same day that Jupiter goes direct, Uranus, the planet of revolution, goes into retrograde in Taurus. And Uranus in Taurus is actually Uranus retrograde is long, so it will be in retrograde with Uranus until 2020. And Uranus in Taurus, in my opinion, it's only just happened this year properly. And it is one of the most important things that's happening on the collective consciousness, because Taurus is about stability and the 3D. It's an earth sign. It's about abundance, and Uranus is about revolution. Taurus is also about our relationship to the earth, and literally Extinction Rebellion happened as Uranus went into Taurus. It's one of the biggest impactful planetary alignments that can happen for our 3D lives. And actually Uranus is, my guides are saying to me right now that Uranus is quite a good planet for being in retrograde. Like some planets are their retrogrades are quite intense, but Uranus, because it is the planet of rebellion, my guides are saying no, it kind of suits retrograde. It's almost like most of Uranus's work gets done in retrograde. And so I think we're going to feel that Taurus in retrograde even more when we're going to feel the Taurus-Uranus connection even more when Uranus goes into retrograde in Taurus. And what actually happens is an invitation to stop trying to control your healing. Stop trying to control your development. Uranus teaches you to blast through things that you can't understand. It teaches you to be in total surrender, to change and release yourself. Where an astrologist put that I loved, release yourself in order to upgrade. What the alignment of Taurus, the alignment of Uranus going into retrograde and Jupiter going direct on exactly the same day, on the last day of the Lion's Gateway, what my guides say about it is they are like, you are going to be expanding externally, and Uranus is going to be doing all of the internal change. So you're going to be changing internally and expanding simultaneously because of the alignment of those two planets. When normally what we do is like, we do our healing work and then we expand. Whereas this is like, no, do it all in one go. And so again, the only way to do that is through thoughts, words, and actions. It's got to be all in one go. Beautifully, it's conjunct with the asteroid of Aphrodite, who is the goddess of love. And one of the things my guides keep talking about this Uranus retrograde and this next kind of post-eclipse window from last month's cycle is it's all about moving into loving without fear. Like what they have literally shown me is that our love, we still love from a place of duality. So we manifest, but we get scared that it won't show up. We love, but we're scared of losing that which we love. It's like our love energy still operates from a place of loving with fear in duality. And part of this deep inner revolution is to start manifesting and loving and living without fear. And that's what Uranus is going to be doing with us. One of the it's also a particularly powerful time for romance. And when I read that astrologically, my guys were like, romance, maybe more like Tantra, because this whole year is preparing us for the Tantric awakening in 2020. And the last thing, so it's a good time to connect to oneness, to sovereignty. It's another good day to really manifest, to really set intention, and to take path action, to launch something for your path, to begin something, to invite expansion, and at the same time come through a new perception. I know some of you have been working on the tantric laws of overflow. So that day is a particularly good time to start coming through those new concepts. I also would like to share something that my cousin, which I'm very excited about, he's just woken up. He's had his spiritual awakening, so I'm not the only one in my family anymore. And I saw him yesterday, and he said the difference between rebellion and revolution is that a rebel doesn't actually want change in the subconscious, because then there would be nothing to rebel against. Whereas a revolution is something that is about not just rebelling, but becoming the change. And that is part of what this Uranus in Taurus, Jupiter expansion, Lion's Gateway, crescendo is all about. And so notice where you are still rebelling against yourself. Notice where you are still putting your energy into the old, as opposed to creating an inner revolution to create the new. Then on the 12th, the Lion's Gateway ends, and that's the day of the light of Asit, as in Isis. It's a really powerful day to connect to the sun, to light candles. It's a festival of light. Isis is a really important goddess. Like, as far as I'm concerned, she has been sorry, Carmen, no, not the 8th, that's the 11th, when your Uranus and Jupiter go direct and retrograde. The 12th is the festival of Isis. Isis is really driving a lot of the collective consciousness healing. Really another powerful day to connect, to heal, to manifest, to call in the fires of transformation, to offer to Isis. And then straight after, this month is just the month that keeps on giving. We have the Lion's Gateway, and the Lion's Gateway, we have the Aquarius full moon. And really, the invitation is, how can we live with more freedom? How can we do this revolution? How can we set ourselves free? The sun in Leo and the moon in Aquarius is so connected to Tantra, because Leo is probably the most sovereign of the signs, and Aquarius is all about oneness, and Tantra is the dance of sovereignty and oneness. And this moon is going to feel gentle. It will feel much nicer than the moons we had in July. Like I said, it's about flow and freedom, but there's a really mind-blowing alignment with another asteroid. And this blew my mind because of the guidance that Starlight has had about August. And I only found this out today, but there is a square going on between the sun, the moon, and Vesta, who is the goddess of home and a hearth. And why it blew my mind is because Starlight is, after years of promising it and it never aligning, has finally had the guidance through to run our house clearing course in August. And literally the most important lunar date in the month is being beamed through by Vesta, the goddess of home and hearth. She is also the goddess that represents the sacred flame. She is one of the few goddesses that is ever pictured. She represents the sacred fire and what ignites you. And so all of you connecting to fire, like right in the middle of this month, right after all of that Lion's Gateway upgrading, it's like, right, come into your fire, come into your igniting. She's got a massive connection with Tantra as well, because the asteroid is connected to Scorpio and Virgo, and Scorpio is the consort energy and Virgo is the virgin energy. And in terms of feminine healing, we need, and I learned this earlier this year on our Rise of Divine course, we really need to become both the virgin and the priestess. We need them to unite within us, in the sense that the virgin is the part of us, our energy. It's not about sex, it's about what we hold sacred. It's about the sacred, and then the consort energy is the flame. And so we have to hold ourselves so sacred and sovereign, and yet also be the fierceness and the flame and the priestess in our feminine. And so it's a very, very powerful time for sexual wound healing. It's a very, very powerful time to do sexual wound work because of how connected Vesta is to that, especially if you're a woman. I am going to do something hopefully on that day on the Facebook group. I'll probably do like a channeling or a tantric code activation or something like that. It's also a really good time to, again, this whole Uranus in Taurus is about bringing our spirituality down and into our home. Like, it is the right time to make your home a temple, basically. That's what Vesta's all about, making the home, the hearth sacred, making that which is intimate with you in your everyday sacred, through walking your path, through earning money in a way that gives you joy, through making your home beautiful and energetically safe, all of it. On top of that, during this full moon, there are, like I said, five planets in fire signs. So it is literally, when I tune in, like light, fire, ignite, 1, 2, 3, everybody ignite. One of the things I read was light your eternal flame and glow your own way with Vesta. That's what it's about. It's about coming into what is the dance of you in your sacred flame. And it's Vesta, it's Vesta, Zafira. And so, yeah, it's a really igniting thing. Another amazing time, like I said, sexual wound healing and manifesting, and really connecting to what it is that lights you up. The only other asteroid that's really around that moon is Juno, another Roman. And she is, the word money comes from the surname of Juno. It's Moneta. And its direct translation means watched over by the goddess. And so she watches over money. So it's an amazing time to manifest abundance, but it's got to be abundance. You know, she will watch over and make sure that it's abundance coming through that which ignites you, that which lights you up. Then what we have on the 22nd, my guides were talking about it for the new course we're running, and they were like, it has to include the 22nd because it's an ascension day. And so I googled it, and 22nd is the 234th day in the year, so it's 234, so it's a day to accelerate. And so that's another really powerful day to manifest, to raise your vibration, to accelerate, to take action that raises your vibration. On the 24th, so that's the 22nd. On the 24th, we have Mars and Venus. They meet in the sky, and they won't meet again until 2021. Powerful day to do that work on loving without fear, on coming out of duality, of bringing your warrior energy, the defensive, protective side of you, into love. And then the new moon in Virgo on the 30th should feel refreshing, bit like a cooling down after all of that fire. Flowful. My guides say manifest bliss. Manifest bliss. Bliss is love without fear. So manifest bliss. Let the whole month take you into that manifestation on the new moon. So that's the forecast. I've only overrun slightly, so I might overrun Magic Month because not by very long, but I want to make sure I get everything in, such as the channeling about path action and the embodying your potential transmission and stuff. And so we might overrun by 10 minutes, just because it was a particularly long forecast, but important things to share and exciting things to share. And so it's the Lion's Gateway. We'll have a bit more time. And so I'm just... Oh, amazing, Claire. That's so exciting. Anything particular on the 26th? Not that I know of, although there usually is there's nearly always something astrologically going on, Larissa. I mean, we'll be moving into the new moon energies by then, I'd imagine, but no, as far as I know, there isn't anything that particularly stood out when I had a look at the astrology. That said, if it's personal to you, then it will be important for sky, earth, and soul reasons and body reasons. And so before we go into talking about, so all of this is amazing, is it not? But one of the things that I am really feeling so strongly this month is that, yes, that is all there, but if you do not take action, if you do not utilize this, it's going to pass you by. This is not the universe breastfeeding you or spoon feeding you. This is like, the opportunity is here. Are you going to grab it? Are you going to take it? Are you going to align your thoughts, words, and actions? Are you going to be the flame that can be ignited? And so I'm going to talk a little bit about path action. But before we do, just because the house clearing course I mentioned already, so in August we are doing our house clearing course. This is not a course in saging your house. This is a course in opening up and activating the portals so that energy can flow healthy through your house. Every house has portals. Because we have not been taught to work with the portals, most of those portals are really unhealthy or not working properly. And this course gets them healthy and working properly. I have done this work for 10 years, even on my houses. Even if I stopped walking my path, I would still do this on every house I ever live in, flat, everything. Like, the difference is you feel it instantly, and it makes a difference to everything. It makes a difference to everything. Like, my guides are like, saging, they actually said when I was tuning in about this course, they were like, saging your house without having the portals healthy is like putting cleaning product in a toilet and not being able to flush it. Like, it makes such a difference in your vibration. It allows energy, including the energies of abundance and path, to flow through your life, to flow through your house. It allows you to put intentions into the portal so that you can actually filter what energy comes into your house. It means that your healing can go deeper because your house is working for you. When I left my house and went on the road, the first thing I asked my guides about was, what am I going to do without my house? How am I going to walk my path and do my work energetically without the portals in my house? And they said the only way that you are going to be able to get what the house gives you is by going to sacred sites, because sacred sites were built around energy flow, and we can do this in our house, therefore making it sacred, therefore making it a temple. And that is what this course is. It's only, and it's so divinely timed. Like, I couldn't believe it about Vesta. Like, can you believe it? The goddess of house and hearth literally is shining her energy through the full moon of the month, which means that that lunar cycle between that full moon and the next full moon is all about Vesta. Like, the timing of it is unbelievable. And now I understand why for so many years this course was being asked for and it wasn't flowing. And so, because the time is now. And actually the skills in this course, once you know them, you can go on and add it. If you're a healer or something, you can add it to your website as another skill that you can offer. So it's also an investment for those of you that work with energy, because it's also an initiation and a training and a way to make money out of a skill, because there are a lot of houses that need to be cleared and I don't want to clear them all. And so, yeah, it's a really, really special course. This is probably the only year that I will be space hold. So you get one-to-one support with me, but also I'm going to be space holding the group. So you're kind of getting loads and loads and loads of one-to-one support from me and my guides. And we're running, because it's August, we're running 2 different group options. So one in September before the full moon and one in August. And so there's an opportunity if you're away, because you obviously have to be in your house. There's 2 different date options for it. So if you want to click the link, it will open up and you'll be able to find out all about it, all about what's included. And it seems, even the fact that Juno's connected, like house clearing is so connected to abundance, and feminine abundance actually. And so the Juno connection, like you say, June, is also epic. It's amazing. My guides have blown my mind when they were like, you have to do the house clearing in August. And I'm really, really excited about that course. So I hope some of you are called to join us. I think it's going to be, I know it's going to be a life-changing thing, because it just is. Like, you just feel it. The energy in your house totally changes, and we spend so much time in our house that it really matters. And our house is so energetically connected to us, and it's even connected to the Uranus and Taurus and all of it. Like, it's so divinely aligned this year. Anyway, enough about me getting overexcited about the house clearing course. What else is there to say? So, path action. Let's talk about path action. So the only other thing I will say about this month is that one of the things the Lion's Gateway does is, and it's particularly potent this year in the Lion's Gateway, and I feel through the whole of Uranus retrograde, is a rewiring or an activating of more of your DNA. And suddenly my guides have gone all DNA, like they were all crystalline and now they're all DNA. And they said, when I tuned into Magic Month, that one of the things I should include is a daily practice for you all to help with the activation of your DNA in August, and to help. It's like, again, if you can ignite it, it will start to do it by itself over the coming months. And so it's a daily meditation for the month. Because of my voice, I didn't record it today. But I will record it and send it out to all of you tomorrow, provided my voice is back, or as soon as my voice is back, and I trust in the timing. But yeah, the more you can bring DNA reconnection into your intentions, into your manifestations, the better. I'm going to tell you something. Do I have time to tell you? No, I'm going to do a vlog about it. Join the Life Alchemy group. I'm going to do a vlog about it later, but it's amazing. Like, our spiritual DNA is our ascension. It's such an amazing piece of guidance, and I look out for the vlog about yeah, I'll send it to you. I don't have time to do it now, it's too complicated. And I don't want to overrun too much. So, guidance about path action. Path action is, my guide said, is willingness, readiness, and most importantly, commitment. They said that this month, the most powerful thing you can do, and we're going to include it in the meditation, is ask your heart, what do I need to do for my path today? And whatever your heart says, go and do it. And they said, if you find that several days in a row you're getting yin things like relax or go for a walk, you need to re-ask that question, because you're, yes, fine for one day recharging, but this month is not about that. And yes, of course, you'll have rest days and stuff, but if it becomes a general thing of just being in the yin, then you're actually avoiding your own action. And what you need, and sometimes the message is relax into the action, and then you need to be like, what is the action? Path action is about alignment. And so it's not about doing loads of things. It's about knowing exactly the right time to do something. Because it feels good, because it feels joyful, because it feels exciting, and probably because it feels a little bit scary. Path action should be taking you out of your comfort zone. If it's keeping you in your comfort zone, it doesn't comply with the law of growth. It doesn't comply with the expansion of this month. It should be something that feels exciting and nervous, something that makes you feel slightly challenged. The way to move through that sense of panic or fear about it is to connect to the space that we did, is to connect to the space, the inner space, not as stillness, but as willingness, as readiness, as consciousness. And it is like that readiness, like how my guides always describe path action is like, you know, like the lion that is waiting to pounce. That lion is ready to go. It's not doing loads of things, but it's totally committed to its intention, totally committed to the action it's going to take, and is waiting to feel into the right moment to leap. And that is the state you want to be bringing yourself in your morning meditation before you go and do path action, is that willingness to take the leap, to take the jump. By asking that question, you will be in alignment. And do the things that make you feel inspired. Start calling in inspiration, because inspiration will bring you out of the nerves and into excitement. The excitement of the inspiration will override the fear of the action. And my guides are also wanting me to share that if you keep getting the messages relax or rest when you're asking about path action, you're being told to relax into the action. So explore how you relax into action. Notice where you're making yourself stressed out with your inner chatter, and instead relax. Move from love and fear into love. That's the intention for this month. Remember, I think I've said this before on Magic Month, but the guides say that commitment and freedom are a two-way flow of the same energy. When you commit, you will be bringing in the freedom. The non-freedom comes from all of the indecision and resistance and doubt. The commitment is the freedom, the streamline. So any action you do, commit to it fully. Don't give the space for that inner chatter. Put all of your energy on focus into what you're doing. And engage. That's the word they're saying. Engage, be present. Know that if you're in the inner ego, self-doubt, insecurity chatter, you're not actually being present. Like, send it forward. Really connect to the lion. Leo is the lion. The lion's gateway is the energy and the essence of the lion. Call upon that confidence, call upon that ability to, even when you're resting, be totally active in inspiration, be totally ready, be totally aware that the stillness and the quiet is waiting for the inspiration to arrive. And remember that decision is the moment that intention becomes action. Your job is to commit to the decision. I am doing this now. I'm making this new choice now. I commit to the new choice or the new action or these new words, and really go heart first into it. And the other thing that, they really kind of came down strong about this, because it is such a golden opportunity month, and it's like, don't waste the lottery ticket. It's so rare. We have a month with so much good alignment in it, So they really came down hard, and they said, look, know this. If, it's a saying they use a lot, but they were like, if you are waiting for the universe is waiting for you. Do not spend this month waiting. Spend this month doing action that is inspired, that comes not from a place of reaction, but a place of response, from a place of inspiration, from a place of willingness to try something new. Inspired by all of those times you're going to be manifesting and connecting to the big dreams and the big ideas, you've got to bring them into form through making new choices, that abundance, all of it, new choices. And what they were, there was one other thing they said that I wanted to share with you all. What was it? It will come back to me. Somebody tell me. Action is sacred. Action is sacred. Make your thoughts, words, and actions sacred, and commit to them fully and wholeheartedly. And you do know what you need to do. If you connect to the big dream, you know what you need to do. And so use this month. Don't make the universe wait for you. This was the thing. How do you invest? You invest with your time. You invest with your words. You invest with your money. Those are the ways you invest. your energy. And so do invest, don't let money, it's not a month to let money stop you. It's not a month to let time stop you. It's not a month to let your words stop you. Invest in your path, because it is a month to upgrade your path. And the only way you're going to do that is if you invest in the things that ignite your heart, that bring joy into your heart, that make you feel excited, that make you feel like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Learn new words, new knowledge, if that's what's needed. Invest more money if that's what is needed. Invest more time if that is what is needed, but invest. Because that's your commitment, and then you commit and the universe will commit to you. And that's what path action is, and that's what the lion teaches us when it aligns and catches its reward. And that's what this month is all about. That's what the harvest is. If you don't go and harvest, you're not going to have the supplies for later on. Harvest, harvest, harvest. Sorry, I know I'm pushing you guys, but it's come through so strongly. And like I said, this month is a golden ticket, and so we shouldn't be wasting it. Decision is the moment that intention becomes action. So when you are hanging out in like the idea, the intention, I really want to be a singer, or I really want to be healthier. Those are the intentions. Decision is when you commit to the intention, and that's when it becomes your thoughts, words, and actions. That's when it moves out of the feminine space, out of the ethereal space, and into the physical. That's when the Uranus in Taurus thing happens. And so I'm going to pull card of the month now. 12, emotions. Interesting. Emotions and feelings assist us in navigating our way through life. They are fundamental to determining the health of our physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. Let your emotions decide not just your actions, but the when of your actions. So, you know what? I could have easily recorded the meditation today, but my emotions were telling me that it didn't, I was emotional about the fact that my voice wasn't quite here. And they were telling me not that I shouldn't do it, that it was the wrong time. And so it's about listening to the emotions, but not just succumbing to them, but asking, is it because it's the wrong time, or is it because I shouldn't be doing it? And having that divine conversation with the self will really serve you. But you've got to be fiercely honest with yourself. Do not allow yourself to trick yourself into not taking action because you're a bit scared of being vulnerable or going outside of your comfort zone. Let me see if there's anything else from the emotions. Many people suppress their emotions for fear of being consumed by them. Neglected stored emotions create volcanic pressure within, which is detrimental to one's energy and body. Even though this is a golden month, it will be emotional because it's a month of a great amount of activation, a massive amount of healing and completion potential, a massive amount of awakening. You need your emotions at times like this. So don't go in expecting it all to be like it's amazing, but don't go in with an expectation that it's just going to be bliss, and then feel like you failed at the month. Our paths are, my path breaks my heart on a nearly daily basis. Like, your paths are the best and worst things in the world. There is so much emotion within them because everything you do, you love so much. And so that through that love is so much having to let go and heartbreak and challenge, but it's so worth it. You want to be doing something you're emotional about, not something you're bored of and indifferent to. That's not your path. And actually, I had this beautiful, beautiful thing today. The root word of sin is one who it basically means one who has wandered off the path. So it's got nothing to do with with all the things we associate sin with. It's just, sin is actually when you've wandered off your own path, when you're not doing something that makes you passionate and emotional and ignited and engaged, and you've wandered off what your purpose is. You've wandered away from it. And so don't live in sin. Live in the passion. Live in the fire. Live in the ignition and the drama that comes with it. Because it's worth it. That is a very good time for me to let you know about our other thing that I want to promote tonight, and then we'll go into, we should only be about 5 minutes over time. We'll go into this potential transmission to close. So Starlight every year, hopefully for the rest of my life, please universe, runs, or at least until I don't want to do it anymore, runs soul journeys. And soul journeys are just incredible. They are transformational, alchemical, ceremonial adventures with the cosmos and the earth. And they're so hard to put into words, but they're so life-changing, and they do accelerate you, and in ways, you go so deep, you're healing the collective consciousness, and through that so much of your own stuff gets healed. It is unbelievable, and you're activating so much, and you activate so many gifts, and you align with so much of your truth, and you live in the 5D and in this firework display of synchronicity and portal medicine and plant medicine and music, sound healing and sacred sight energy, and it's just always different and always amazing. And our next one, the guidance about, is so exciting. It's called Communing with Destiny, and it's to the Bosnian pyramids, which are two of them are the oldest pyramids in the world. They are Akashic transmitters, so it's a total Akashic re-imprinting journey. The focus of it, that all of this loving without fear stuff originally came through me channeling about Bosnia. There is loads of tantric repair work. There is loads of past life wound work. There is loads. It's all about developing connection. And most importantly, it's about becoming intimate with your own destiny so that you can embody it. Now, the soul journeys are called. You will be called. If you are called, please come, because you have a soul contract to be there, and that isn't binding, but it's worth it. Like, it's worth it for the evolution that you will get. It is worth it. And it's such a special, magical experience. And so that's Bosnia. It's going to be in October. The Bosnian pyramids are, the last time I went to the Bosnian pyramids, my Atlantis wound healing journey truly began. Portal work began, like big parts of my path began because of those pyramids. they are absolutely amazing in their own right. Add Starlight to it, and I just know it's going to be such an incredible, amazing, transformational adventure in service. Like, it's in service. The soul contract is to help heal and transform and ascend the collective consciousness, as well as your own self-healing, and doing stuff in service is just sacred. It brings so much more purpose to your own healing and your own manifesting and your own evolution. And it's also loads of fun. We have loads of fun on journeys, and we have loads of fun in Bosnia. We've got a good tribe coming already, so come to Bosnia if you're called. And so let's go in. If you have any questions about anything from the forecast or anything I've said, you can post them here. We are going to close to help kickstart you with all of this DNA stuff and Lion's Gateway stuff and embodying your potential transmission. So when you're ready, closing your eyes, feeling the muscles around your eyes relaxing. Feeling the golden light of the Lion's Gateway pouring it down around you as a golden pyramid of light. And becoming aware of the tingling that is happening in the places where the physical and spiritual DNA meet. Know that the Lion's Gateway is not just a portal that happens in the skies. It is a portal that happens in the cells, where the spiritual and physical DNA meet. And opening your hearts to this sensationally. Trusting that whatever you are experiencing is the right experience for you. And bringing your awareness, that spaciousness, into this experience. Of having cellular portals to the cosmos. Understanding that a portal is an entrance and an exit for energy. And through your awareness of this place where the spiritual energy enters the physical embodiment of the soul, and where the physical transmits energetically to that which is spirit, to that which is soul. Connect now to this space that you have created through the healing, ceremonial, medicine work that you have done this year, through the alchemical journey that you have been on so far. The space that has been created through letting go of old trauma and identity. And choosing now to hold the intention to call in from the soul self the spiraling infinite potential of your unique self, calling in the potential that is, in greatest alignment with the path that is in your highest good, calling in new potential of word, of thought, of choice, and of action. And experiencing this energy coming through the portals of the cells of the body, into the space that has been created within. As you see in your mind's eye the third eye of the lion, the star of Sirius, transmitting light frequency into your vision, so that you are able to perceive the potential energy that you are receiving. The willingness energy that you are receiving. As you feel this beam of light beaming into your hearts now, so that your love becomes infused with this. Potential. That your soul is spiraling through the Lion's Gateway portal into the body. And as this light beams down into your sacral area, bringing potential into your sexual life force energy, into your charisma, and with this beam is also the beam of love. The frequency of love for your life force is beloved. And through this light love potential transmission, that which has been waiting to be ignited is ignited. In the Hara belly center, in the heart center, and in the vision center. Know that your commitment to joyful, inspired path action will keep these fires ignited and dancing along the path That is your sacred destiny. Making that commitment just with yourself, letting it become a decision as the violet flame starts to come through you, transmuting all energy that doesn't serve or belong into love and light, and you feel this golden pyramid of light vanishing, and you send your love and gratitude to Sirius and Isis and the star nations and Gaia. As the violet flame comes through you, transmuting any energy that is meant to be transmuted. And a golden rain shower of light comes down, taking any energy that's meant to go into the alchemy of the soil, to Gaia. And a big beam of source light comes in, taking any energy that's meant to go somewhere else, wherever it is in the highest good for it to go. You notice what has changed. What has aligned and what has ignited. As you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude, breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. And so don't forget to join our Life Alchemy with Starlight Soul Journeys group if you want to get the Fierce Forgiveness channeling and all sorts of other free things that we do throughout the month. I hope some of you are called to join the House Clearing course of Bosnia. We would love to have you. And I really hope you use the golden ticket that is August 2019 for your beautiful, sacred, amazing paths. So much love and light and beauty and truth to you all. Thank you for your kind words, Larissa. Lots of love. Thank you.